Hey YouTube, this is Musical Mercy, and I wanted to talk a little bit about a rather touchy subject. I was talking to a client at one point, and we got on the discussion of whether it was okay to be gay or not. And I found a couple passages in the Bible that clearly state that you are not to be gay. One is Genesis 1, verses 27 to 28. It doesn't state that it's wrong to be gay, but it does state what God intended for us. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, and all the animals that scurry along the ground." So God told us to be fruitful and multiply. And you can't multiply if you are having sexual relations with the same sex. You either have to adopt that way, or you have to get artificial insemination. So there's a problem with that picture right there. The next one is Romans 1, 26 to 27. That is why God abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this sin, they suffered within themselves the penalty they deserved. So right there, you get the idea that it is wrong. You suffer for it. Now, I would like to make this understood. If I saw two gay guys walking downtown, holding each other's hands, I wouldn't be pointing to them and saying, "Oh, God condemn you, blah blah blah." I would treat them as any other person. If I had a gay friend, I would treat them with love and respect. So, just so you understand that. Now, one thing I know that she mentioned was interracial relationships. God never said that there was anything wrong with interracial relationships. There is nothing in the Bible that says that it is wrong. But for those of you people who kind of are wondering about how that came to be, how the different races came to be, I think it started with the Tower of Babel myself. I'm just going to read to you what happened there. It's in Genesis chapter 11. At one time, all the people of the world spoke the same language and used the same words. As the people migrated to the east, they found a plain in the land of Babylon and settled there. They began saying to each other, "Let's make bricks and harden them with fire." Then they said, "Come, let's build a great city for ourselves with a tower that reaches into the sky. This will make us famous and keep us from being scattered all over the world." But the Lord came down to look at the city and the tower the people were building. "Look," he said, "the people are united, and they will speak the same language. After this, nothing they set out to do will be impossible for them. Come, let's go down and confuse the people with different languages. Then they won't be able to understand each other." In that way, the Lord scattered them all over the world, and they stopped building the city. That is why the city was called Babel, because that is where the Lord confused the people with different languages. In this way, he scattered them all over the world. Now, my hypothesis is that that's how black people, native people, white people, Hispanics, that's how everybody, all the different colors came into being, was on that day. Like I said, God never said that, a white person can't marry a black person. But he does clearly state that homosexuality is wrong. And I do apologize if this is, stepping on the toes of people, but I did want to explain why that's wrong, why it is, frowned upon, rather than just, being willing to accept it. Because, okay, when you think about it, lots of people frown upon a brother and sister getting married. It's just not something that you do. The whole gay issue, that's also frowned upon. That is not something that you do. So I just thought I'd clear that up.